Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Today is supposed to be a what I eat in a day video. However, Emily and I have recently had some epiphanies with what I eat in a day and meal plans, and we decided to jump on and share those with you. So we're going to get to that in just a minute.
With every start, we are born again. Open your heart, spend this time in your head.
So, Emily, thank you for coming on today to talk about what we have just recently, like in the past couple of hours, been hit with these nuggets. So mindset, we're always talking about mindset. What do you think about that video that I sent you?
Well, I gotta be honest, there were some parts of that video that I really struggled with, but just like you don't want to throw out the baby with the bathwater, oh my gosh, there were some beautiful things in there that I really think that we need to talk about.
I agree. So for anyone who is interested, the video will be down below, linked in the description. So you can go and watch this, but I will warn you now, this is not a low carb video.
Trigger warning. Emily got triggered.
Emily got triggered, but she was like, what is that? And I was like, I know. So just be aware of that. But that's why we wanted to pull this. And we wanted to pull, I actually have on a piece of junk mail, because that's what I do all of my best work on. It's junk mail. Some of the quotes and some of the ideas and concepts that she had. And so we're just gonna jump in, but we want to give credit where credit is due. So down below is the link to the original video. In this video, she says, there's an old quote: if you give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. But if you teach a man to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. So she changes this quote, and her audience is just women, like mature women, we'll go with. So we're going to take it and we're going to change it just a tiny bit more. And we're going to fit it to our audience, who is not just women. We have a lot of women, but it's more than that too. So I'm going to read it. And then Emily can respond to that, and we can talk about this. If you give a man or a woman a meal plan, you feed them for a day. If you teach a man or woman how to figure out food for themselves, they will look and feel their best while living their most authentic life always. I got goosebumps again. Every time I read it, I get goosebumps.
Amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And I didn't tell you this earlier when we were talking, but I had a client last week who she went through just the clarity call with me, and she was like, I can afford your group. I can afford your program. She was like, but I want a meal plan. And I was like, I'm really sorry. I will never give a meal plan ever. I need to empower you to meal plan. I want to walk with you. I want to create that with you, but I will never give it. She was, just give it to me. She was frustrated with me. Just give it to me. I was holding back something from her. And I was just like, I have it all over my Instagram, what I eat every day. That doesn't mean that that's your meal plan.
No, and that's exactly what she was saying in this video, is whatever meal plan you can get offline, it's developed for the masses. It's not individualized. And we got to see this firsthand when we just did our workshop, the Beyond Carnivore workshop, and people got triggered by Dr. Boz's food list. And they were like, what? are you saying is acceptable now because Dr. Boz says it? I was like, no, actually, I'm not. It's an idea. And I think that's the most frustrating and almost dangerous part to seeing what we online do, because people want to copy it. If I do what Emily does, I'm gonna weigh exactly what Emily weighs. My hair is gonna grow long like Emily's did. I'm gonna have energy out the wazoo, and I will have all the mental clarity that I've ever needed. That's not the way that it works. And I have been doing the What I Eat in a Day to give you guys an idea of what you can do, so that for those who don't want to track, I understand it. You have an idea of what something is worth, but it's never going to be a meal plan for you, because my way of eating is very individualized to me. So the second point that this kind of leads into is the concept of clean eating, because Emily's clean eating is completely different from my clean eating. So do you want to share what your clean eating is?
Yeah. As some of you know, I have been fighting autoimmune disease. I'm sorry, I've been winning against autoimmune disease. And it's been a process. And I ate cooked meat out of the grocery store for the whole first year, resolved everything. It was miraculous. It was amazing, but it was like my tank got full of toxins, and then I just couldn't take any more. And I had to switch. And I think that that's also very important, that sometimes something works for a time and then you got to switch. And so if you're sitting here following this meal plan that worked for your whole first year, and you're like, no, I got to keep on this meal plan. You need to adapt. You need to see something different. And I had to go to the farm. I had to get out of the grocery store. And I didn't have to just go to the farm. I actually did at first. I went to just my local farm. And then I had to go a step further and go to regenerative, grass-fed, grass-finished beef. And that is where I've stayed for right now. I want to heal more. I want to incorporate other foods, but for right now, that is my clean eating. And I, every once in a while, I'll go over to my dad's, and he loves to cook, and he cooks some ribs, smoked some ribs, and my Dr. Boz ratio was not pretty. It's amazing the difference whenever I eat cooked food. And I'm assuming that's a histamine response. I'm assuming that I will heal. But for right now, that's where I'm at. So for somebody else who doesn't have all of the complications that I have, to sit here and go, okay, I'm going to eat raw, regenerative, grass-fed, grass-finished beef and beef fat. Why would you do that if you don't have to? I wouldn't do it. If I could go eat an avocado right now, if I could go eat a cooked slab of ribs right now, I would. But I have a reaction. And so I have to go to my clean eating.
And that's where it's hard to make a meal plan. We would have to take everybody's individual allergies and conditions into account and then apply that. And my clean eating is, I gotta avoid plants. I gotta avoid, honestly, most spices at this point in time. And other than that, it's about it. I eat chicken out of the grocery store.
And seed oils.
Yeah, I can't do seed oils. Oh, Lordy in heaven, no, I cannot. That's very unfortunate. But I have dear friends of mine who can handle seed oils, and they're carnivores.
Yep.
And there's a point in time where if you forget something and you're out and you just eat the mayonnaise from the restaurant and you don't die, I would do that every time.
Same.
I'd be like, sure, I'm going to eat my coconut oil mayonnaise when I'm home. But guess what? It's easier. And if it's not going to hurt me, well, I'm sure it's causing some kind of inflammation, but that's also like teaching your body to deal with stress as well, which is a good thing. So it's like this whole spectrum. Everything is a spectrum. We've got from you can only handle regenerative agriculture, beef fat, and salt, all the way over to you could be a vegan, standard American diet, and thrive perfectly fine. So there is no one size fits all. There really isn't. And as much as we would love to give you an answer, there isn't one. So clean eating for different people, what would you say to someone in regards to clean eating?
Well, I love what she talks about in the video about clean eating being you enjoying your food, and you having that mindset of this is something that is nourishing me and that I am enjoying. If you are sitting there eating a stick of celery and you are like, I hate my life, you're not nourishing yourself. Like, it's important to enjoy. And I mean, I even get to the point where I ground with my meat, like physically earthing with my meat. Like I touch it as I cut it up, as I prepare it. And I feel the cow. I know that sounds so silly, but I thank the cow. I thank the farmer. I thank God for, putting soil and the nutrients in the soil and putting the rain to grow the grass. And that clean eating is a whole process that for me incorporates your mindset.
I love that. I'm going to be real. I have not even thought about taking my food outside.
I want to.
But now you think about it, picnics and how almost healing and calming those picnics can be. Might have to start doing that. Okay. Thanks for putting that little bug in my ear on that one.
I definitely want to do that. And one more thing, while we're on this topic, I had this incredible conversation with Jamie Smart. And if you guys don't know who that is, he wrote some incredible books, bestsellers, Clarity and Results. Just go Google Jamie Smart. He'll blow you away. But I was having this conversation with him, and he gave me this understanding that steak is actually like a battery. Like, it literally holds energy. And you think about it, and I am eating that energy. There is no way that in my human body that I could go outside and I could eat grass and that I could get the energy from the sun that goes into the photosynthesis that causes the grass to grow, and then eat copious amounts of grass and then process it in my body to make this energy. But a cow has done that. And I have this battery, this little capsule of energy in my steak. And I'm able to ingest that. And I'm able to have the energy from the sun, from the photosynthesis, from the grass, from the cow into my body. Like, talk about clean eating. Like, what an incredible cycle of life that I get to be a part of, and to enjoy that process.
One of the other statements that she makes, one of the other topics that she talks about is, how will this serve me? And eating that steak, just like you said, is going to give you everything that you need to be able to power yourself with the correct battery. because grass is not your battery. Plants are not your battery. Chicken is not your battery. So each person has to find what is your battery. What is going to power you and fuel you properly? What can you get out of it? Sometimes we decide to eat things that we know aren't great for us. And that brings about to the next point, which is being present with your food choices. Sometimes we know exactly what's going to happen if we eat a certain food. And we make the conscious decision to do it or not to do it, knowing what those consequences are going to be. And being present with your food choices requires you to be honest with yourself about what is actually going on, whether it is addiction, whether it is a craving, whether it is self-soothing. Understanding what that is, because if you're going to eat something that is not going to bring you health and it is not going to build you up, then why are you eating it? And getting honest with yourself is honestly one of the biggest parts to this. What should I eat? And do you see that with your clients as well?
Yeah, absolutely. And what I really liked about one of the things that she said was, it's not even just about how you feel in the moment that you're eating the food. It's about how you know you're going to feel in a couple hours. So if you are eating something that doesn't serve you, then why are you eating it? If every time you eat it, you feel like you're bloated and like you can't even sit down, you're hurting so bad, then you have to be present with that decision in the process of deciding what you are going to put on your meal plan. And that's why it's near impossible for, us to sit here and go, okay, well, here's your meal plan. Like, I don't know your stomach. I don't know what your stomach feels like whenever you eat cottage cheese or whatever. Like, I don't know. You're the only one inside there.
Yes. And one of the other things that she mentions is that she says, I've given people meal plans and then they go, I don't like this. I don't like this. I can't have this. I don't like this. It's like, why did I do this work for you when you're going to tell me I can't have it? I don't like it. And she's like, I know you don't. This is my meal plan. This is what I eat. This is what I like. You're not guaranteed to like it or be able to handle it. So meal plans are I get it. We want the easy answer. We want the formula for health. And unfortunately, we're talking about like trigonometry here with different variables in every single problem, because everybody is an individual. Everyone's chemistry is different. And this is where you have to take responsibility for yourself. And this is where it gets really kind of deep and really hard, and people begin to fight because they don't want to take responsibility for what they are doing, what they are going through. They just want you to tell them the answer, the secret sauce. What's the recipe? And so there was a quote that she had for this. There was another quote that just blew my mind. Do not give away the power that you have to make decisions for yourself to someone else who doesn't even know you.
That right there is everything. I mean, honestly. And I think so often people come to coaches and they want coaches to tell them what to do. And even as a therapist, people came to me and wanted me to tell them what to do. And I feel that that's unethical. Like, for me to make you reliant on me is not sustainable. So we're going to just be we're going to meet every week for the rest of your life, because you're going to eat for the rest of your life. You're going to have to adapt what you're eating for the rest of your life. You're going to have to make decisions for the rest of your life. It is unethical of me to make you dependent on me. I need to teach you how to fish. I need to teach you how to make your own food choices. And then you don't need me. You've got this. Yes, I can see the value of bouncing ideas off of somebody and really allowing us to kind of hold space for you. But when it comes down to it, you have to take that responsibility and to be empowered to know that you are in control of the decisions that you're making for to have it be a sustainable future.
And that's exactly leading into the last point, sustainability. You cannot expect Emily forever, for the rest of your life, to come up with your meal plan for the month. Because even if we were able to find the perfect formula of food for you this month, it may change next month. What about next year? What about when you begin to go through hormonal changes and you head towards menopause? Everything changes, everything shifts. One of the reasons that I didn't record a what I eat in a day video is because I cannot stand in my kitchen right now, because I was having a Instagram stories war with a sweet new friend of mine.
Emily.
On Instagram, she's free.m. And we were going back and forth with the stories, and she did a cannonball into her pool, and I don't have a pool. So I went to go jump in my creek, and I did it 3 times, took 3 different takes. Bella's out there with me, and I cleared a spot. I don't have any water shoes because they got a rip in them and I didn't replace them. So I cleared a spot where I'm like jumping in. I missed my spot that I had cleared, and I felt something puncture the bottom of my foot. And it's a little tender, and it hurts, and it's not pretty. So I may or may not be going to the doctor soon, like to urgent care or the ER or something, to see if it's okay or not. So I really was like, but I'm supposed to do what I eat in a day. But I already ate today, and it's literally the same thing that I ate yesterday. And I've done videos on it already. I was like, what am I going to do? And then I found this video. This video was pointed out to me by someone in one of my groups. She goes, I didn't want to post this, but can you check it out? So that was a total like godsend for that video, because it gave us our talking point, our speaking point. I mean, from here on out on my Tuesday videos, I can't show you what I eat anymore. I've shown you everything. And Emily can't show you what she eats anymore. She's told you it's regenerative beef and fat. End of story. That is it. So now is the time for you to begin evaluating what you are doing, what you are looking for, and realizing that you have to educate yourself so that you can feed yourself. The saying, if you give a man a fish versus teaching him to fish, you have to learn. Nothing in this life is easy. There is a lot of stuff that is hard. Being sick is hard. But finding your health and your wellness is hard too. Choose your hard. You have to make the decision as to what you are going to put your time and your energy into. I always have a podcast on. I always have a book going in the background. I always have a YouTube video on my computer playing while I'm in the kitchen doing something else. I am always constantly learning, and I regurgitate all of that back up for you guys. And I try to break it down into ways that you can understand, because apparently my gifting is interpretations. scientific interpretations because I cannot speak another language to save my life. But I'm able to communicate to you guys what I have learned and what I have found. So that for the foreseeable future, I think you guys are going to get wisdom nuggets on Tuesdays instead of what I eat in a day on Tuesdays. So thank you, Emily, for chatting. Yeah, it just worked out so perfectly. And I'm excited to see the comments on this one because I want to see what you guys think about this change. It's not me telling you what to eat anymore. It's me telling you, okay, now it's time for you to start making some decisions. If you guys want to share down below what you do, that may help to encourage someone else and give them an idea about, I never thought about that. And this is why community and supporting one another is so important. So please build one another up. Leave your comments down below. What do you do? How do you make this sustainable? Or what are you struggling with so that other people can comment and maybe give you some suggestions? But do you have anything else that you want to add to that? Or are we ready to wrap it up?
Yeah, the only other thing I would add is that whenever you allow yourself to make these decisions, what you're doing is you're tapping into that inner clarity and you're allowing your intuition to come up. If you just sat here and somebody went to Amy and said, okay, Amy, tell me what to do. Okay, Amy is eating this, and so I'm going to eat this. But if you went to yourself and you were like, okay, Sarah, Sally, whoever you are, what sounds good to you? What do you want to eat? You will be shocked if you ask yourself, if you really tap into that inner clarity. And like I said, that intuition, stuff comes up. Sometimes you just have to be quiet and stop listening to all the outside noise and just go within and find what your answer is. So that's the only thing I would add.
I love that. That is so beautiful and so true. You finding your inner clarity is so, so, so important, because the question of how much protein should I be eating? How much fat should I be eating? Your body may be trying to tell you that right now, but you're so busy listening to everyone else that you're missing it.
Yep.
So trust in yourself. Try it and see what happens. And then let us know how it goes, because we believe in you. We really do. And we are here rooting for you. Reach out to us on Instagram. Your handle on Instagram
at Carnivore Minds.
You can reach out to us, DM us. We will give you as much help as we can in that conversation. But otherwise, find your tribe. Emily has several groups on her page, and I will link her information down below. She has several groups that you can go and join depending on what you're looking for. I have several groups that you can go and join depending on what you're looking for. We love you guys, and we want to support you in this, and we want to see you grow and fly. And thank you so much, guys, for coming and checking in with us today. And we will see you on the way. Bye, guys. And then we do something for the outtakes, because I need bloopers. People are like, where are the bloopers? Sorry. Okay. If you teach a man to fish, or you give a man a fish, then, okay, I'm going to start that back over again. Okay, hang on. That's a blooper. Have you changed it yet? You're not changing it. I
have not changed it. I might change it, but I haven't yet.
Yeah, I was like, it's not, I'm going to say it wrong because it's not, but it is. Okay. Of Epiphany, I don't even know. Like, I don't even know.